The Wright Stewardship Award is presented each year to a farming operation that mirrors the vision that Wright had for agriculture. Recognized that environmental stewardship and agriculture are compatible concepts, and in fact the most successful farming operations incorporate an environmental ethic as the guiding principle of business. It's quiet here and serene. Located just a few miles from the town of Oakville on the west bank of the Chehalis River, Let Us Farm LLC encompasses 88 acres of some of the most productive land in the area. A former dairy farm, the land came with water rights, 15 acres of conservation easements, good soils, and 10 years of inactivity. Steve Hallstrom and Cecilia Bolas purchased the land in 2000. Moving from a small acreage farm near Carnation, they looked at this as a move to a more sustainable operation that provided more opportunities for expansion of production and to practice some new and innovative farming techniques.
It was 3 acres of tillable bottomland, had a 3.5 acre old growth forest up on the hill. You know, the state forest land, we thought we just had this ideal little place. And then the state traded the land to Weyerhaeuser clear cut behind us, and planned to put a master plan development on the hill right above it. So we got involved in the politics of stopping that, and King County at that time was zoning the entire ex-urban area as for residential. I argued with them and tried to get them to get policies in to allow for small agricultural stuff in the rural King County. Marginal success. So we realized that this was not sustainable, so we got this place. And so far I think we're pretty happy with it. The water rights were also a reason for coming. This farm is now into a very good production. And if we wanted to make more money, we could do that very easily. All I'd have to do is turn another 5 acres up there and go to more market.
On labor-intensive operations like this all-organic vegetable farm, interns can be a welcome source of inexpensive labor and also offer different perspectives that could evolve into ideas and concepts to make the operation more sustainable and profitable. The intern program at Let Us Farm is a win-win for everybody.
Well, they come from all over the country, but they come mostly to us through the program called ATRA, Applied Technology Transfer for Rural Areas.
Yep.
It's one of the government programs that's good for small farmers. They put out publications and they do things like have a web exchange for farmers who are willing to host interns so that interns can check it out, and then they communicate with us and we say, okay, this is the contract that we'll have for this year. And so we've sort of said people who think that they want to be farmers, and preferably that they know that they want to be farmers. They're not just coming to spend a summer on a farm in the Pacific Northwest. I don't know how long it's been around. We got Brian through that, didn't we?
So
that's
7 years.
7 years. So he came 1 year, and then nobody the next year, and then he came back again. And then we had 2, and then 3, and now we have.
Tilth Producers of Washington also has a similar exchange set up.
As Steve says, growing is easy, marketing is tough. But Steve and Cecilia are very successful at marketing the produce. They're a main supplier for the Olympia Co-op, as well as participating in 3 farmers markets. They've also explored other means of marketing, including a CSA.
We did a CSA for a couple of seasons. We did a CSA locally, but this isn't a high population area. And so for us to take things into someplace else. Plus Steve is a little bit independent, shall we say. The idea of a CSA has shifted over the years from its original thing. It's now, what is it you call it? Subscription. So people buy from us to put in their CSA boxes. And he says, no, we are going to grow all of it, If we grow what we sell, and we sell what we grow, and that's basically it. The CSA was kind of fun, and I think our customers are very happy about it. But it's a little bit different kind of pressure from going to market. That lettuce is being harvested to go to the Olympia Co-op today.
They have a couple of people who are assigned to be the coordinators with the local farms. They have a policy that they will purchase the produce from the local farms if it's available from the local farms. They ask all of the local farms to provide them with a list of products that they will grow for them. They do that in the wintertime, and so then early in the year, before you're buying your seeds and doing your planting, they get back and say, okay, like for us, we will be the #1 supplier for basil, and we will be the #1 supplier for romaine lettuce. And they have 2 stores, so they break them between the stores. But we're the #1 supplier for spinach at the west side. Another farm is the #1 supplier for spinach on the east side. They always go to the #1 supplier to make the order if it has the produce. And if it doesn't, then they have a #2 and can go down the line. They give us a premium over the wholesale price that they pay, and they sell at the same price they would if it was. So they take a cut out of their profits at the co-op in order to provide a premium price to the local farmers. If we don't have the produce, they call up an order, we say we don't have the produce, and then they'll get it from a wholesale operation. So it's phenomenally supportive of the local farms. It makes it really easy for us. You had said the contract is just that. You grow it, and if you grow it, and we'll buy it from you if we need it. It's not a fixed amount. It's they do try their best to say what their volume is, so you can kind of plan how much to plant. It's very, very good. We can get surprised. I mean, this was the first year they asked us to try spinach, so we said okay, and we had it was really bad. We didn't have much spinach. Then finally we got a crop of spinach ready. We called them up and said we have spinach. We were #1 on the west side. They ordered a box. And we thought, well, we'll be able to supply them with spinach for a week or 2. And then the east side, which we're #2 on, called up and said we want 3 boxes. So we said, okay. And that sort of wiped out our spinach. And then the next order was for 2 boxes on the west side and 4 boxes on the east side. So they had a need for spinach, local spinach, and we couldn't supply it.
By asking all the farmers in the region to come to a group meeting where they report on the previous year, and they have the forms there to fill out to say what you would potentially grow for them next year. And then they meet with their produce managers and a representative from their administration type of people, and then I don't know if there's a farmer on it or not, and then they basically parcel out, so the competition is eliminated. I don't go in saying I'll sell it to you for 5 cents less than the Rising River down the road. And they've done another nice thing. They've sort of averaged out the prices, so it's a set price for the entire season, so that when the California lettuce comes in and the prices would drop out of the bottom, it's still the same price all season.
Our stuff is always 1 day old at most when it gets to the customer. At the co-op, we can't control that. They put it in a cooler and keep it for a while. But at the farmers markets, and we have people come back and with amazed looks on their face and tell us that the lettuce they bought last week is still in the refrigerator and still good.
Vim Wright would be pleased to see this farm in operation. Lettuce Farm, LLC, truly exemplifies the concepts that she so strongly championed when she started farming in the environment as an organization. Being sustainable is more than just growing crops in an environmentally friendly way. It means the operation is also sustainable financially, as it sustains the community and the people dependent upon the food produced. Steve and Cecilia have achieved all of that, and more. Vim would agree. Let Us Farm LLC is what farming and the environment is all about.